Welcome back in. You're watching Lowcountry Money Talk. We're with Phil Bloyd with Revolutionary Financial Group, learning a lot about the industry, Phil's background, of course, and what makes this company so different, giving you some teasers to the show that is coming ahead this season. Phil, I'm so glad we're doing this. This is great.
We need it in this area. You know, the thing is, what I've tried to do with Revolutionary Financial Group is be more of a client-based, one-on-one. You know, unfortunately we can't take everyone in, so it's more like a personal, one-on-one type wealth strategy. You know, to where a lot of people may be used to big firms, a lot of noise, people running all around. I want more of that relationship. So when we develop a plan together, you know, and believe me, people get nerves and they'll call, hey, you know, are we still okay in this? And I'm like, remember we talked about this? And oh yeah, that's right, I feel better. So a lot of times I'm there just to kind of ease your nerves a bit, you
Absolutely.
know. So some of the things we're dealing with today, big hot topics, so current events, inflation.
It's a big one.
Right. So you can't turn on the news, you can't go buy a few pounds of hamburger or fill up a tank of gas without saying, wow, this inflation. It's scary for retirees because when I'm retired, I've already accumulated most of my wealth. Mm-hmm. And I'm not contributing to retirement anymore.
Right.
So whatever I've contributed has to last 20, 30, maybe even longer. My oldest female client is like 95.
Wow.
Yeah.
And see, that's where you come in with that individual relationship. Sometimes we just need you, Phil, to talk us off the ledge when things are looking a little bit dicey, when we're looking at things like inflation.
Right.
So what's going on with inflation? Because we are worried about that as we're seeing prices rise, and you know, that nest egg isn't necessarily getting more contributions, to your point.
Well, you may be concerned and think, well, I need to take more out of my retirement plan. And let's say my retirement plan is now in an IRA or 401k. So when I take more out of that retirement plan, I have to pay more taxes too. So I have to take out more to cover the taxes, and then I have to take out more to buy, you know, gas, food, all these other things. So the Consumer Price Index came out, I believe it was September through September, at 5.4. So we say, okay, 5.4 inflation, then the Social Security cost of living is going up 5.9, but gasoline is 50% more.
And that's where the heart rates start going up at extreme rates, right?
So, you know, I've accumulated my wealth. Before, if I was in a bad market or inflationary, I'm still contributing. I have money coming out of each paycheck, maybe going into my 401k, dollar cost averaging. So when the stock market's up, you know, maybe I'm buying a little high. When it's down, that payday may be a little low, and it kind of irons out. Well, that's not going on anymore. So whatever I have saved has to last, and it causes me concern when I have to, everything's going up.
Right.
And then I have to pay more. And it's like, is the market going to keep up with this inflation? How long is it going to be? What does transitory mean? What does tapering mean? So we're learning a few terminologies that maybe we're not familiar with.
Absolutely. And, you know, as a retiree, you know, these issues really can really stress folks out, and you need to come in and kind of just be an educator. Mm-hmm. That's part of what this show is about, is just educating the public on what some of these terms mean. What does that mean for my financial picture if I do need those friends to stretch out a little bit as inflation rises? Just letting people know, you know, some of these important things that are coming up and what you can do to help and what our viewers can do to help.
Sure.
You know, we'll dive more into topics like that on a little bit deeper basis. We're kind of just scratching the surface today. One thing I want to talk to you today about, Phil, is required minimum distributions. We don't have a lot of time for that right now, but give us just a teaser as we head to break on, you know, something we can talk about.
Well, sure. If you're 72, you have to take a required minimum distribution from your IRA. If you don't, there's a 50% penalty. And I promise you, you only have that penalty take place once, because it will burn an everlasting memory into your brain. Okay, so we'll talk about that.
And speaking of everlasting memory, we'll let you sit with that memory for the couple minutes that we're on commercial, but don't worry, we've got more coming up after the break here on Lowcountry Money Talk. Stick with us.